welcome everyone to the Tennessee Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We have an awesome lineup of institutions for you to hear from tonight. But before I turn it over to them, I do have a couple of housekeeping items. Number one, this is a webinar, so your camera and your microphone are off. Our panelists cannot see or hear you this evening. Secondly, this is being recorded, and all the programs tonight were recorded and will be available for playback within 1 week at strivescan.com/Tennessee. And finally, we know you're going to have some questions, and our panelists want to make sure that you get those questions answered this evening. So at any time, you can put your questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Type out your question, but also make sure that you note the institution you're directing your question to, so our panelists have the opportunity to answer appropriately. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our panelists. This is a 6x6 program, which means every institution only has 6 minutes to present some great information to you. So I'm going to turn this over to Auburn University, and Katie, you can take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, good evening, everybody. I am going to multitask and try to share my screen as I introduce myself. So for those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Katie Morgan. I am your freshman admissions advisor since I recruit the entire state of Tennessee. So let's just get right into it. I think a good place to start oftentimes is geographically speaking. And so this is a map of some of the southeastern states. So you can see that Auburn is located in east central Alabama. We're about 2 hours south of Birmingham in one direction, about 2 hours south of Atlanta in the other, and a few hours north of the coastline of the beaches of Florida and Alabama. So it's a nice little triangle to be in the middle of, and not too far from really anywhere that you are located in the state of Tennessee. Auburn itself is about 65, 70,000 non-Auburn student residents. So it's a fairly small community compared to the size of the institution, which I'll talk about a little bit more on the next slide. But you can also see that this ranking here, one of the best places to be is kind of the title of it. But it's basically saying that we have made the top spot for the Southern Living's list of the best South's best college towns. I will also say there's lots of rankings like best place to start a small business, or best place to raise a family, best place to retire. So there's a lot of reasons that a lot of different people and different backgrounds and of all ages want to be in Auburn, which I understand. I've been here for most of my life for what it is worth. Now, I know that traveling to Auburn, or just traveling in general for the last year, has been impossible for some folks. We have been doing campus tours for the last several months, and we'll continue to do that with the exception of the month of May. We've got some renovations going on in our building, but we'll pick back up in June once the spring semester finishes. But let's just pretend that we're all on campus now, because this, I think, actually gives you a pretty good eagle-eye view of the bulk of central campus. I know all the buildings look the same, they're all brick, and I know that you probably can't distinguish, but just know that you're looking at a lot of housing options, academic buildings, as well as the walkways, which is also a good way to show you that campus is pretty walking friendly for the size of the institution. It's a big campus, about a 15-minute walk from one side to the other, about 30,000 students total, 25,000 undergraduate students. But we're able to maintain the integrity of a big school in a lot of ways, with over 150 majors and close to 600 student organizations in the SEC. So that comes with a lot of exciting things too, but also maintain the integrity of a small school feel as well, especially with the in-class experience. And so I also want to take a bit of a different path than I do in some presentations and talk about 3 big themes. My first one's kind of a cheesy way. It's a land grant thing, which is just to explain that we are a land grant college. If you're not familiar, each state has at least one land grant college or university. Auburn is the first in the state of Alabama, and essentially it means that we were founded upon the mission of providing scholarly and practical hands-on experiences for students that will ultimately make your lives better and everybody else that you interact with as well. So I've got a couple of pictures to kind of embody the land grant mission. So back when land grants started in the 1850s, a lot of those majors that were practical in the day were things like agriculture and mechanical engineering, which is still the case. But I provided a couple of 21st century applications, if you will. This first one is within the College of Architecture, Design, and Construction. It's the mock-up drawings in the top, and it's a visual for our 20K home initiative. So our architecture students build buildings that are less than $20,000 for usually folks in West Alabama, which is an underserved part of the state of Alabama. And so it's just a good example of giving back, because everybody deserves to benefit from good design. And then the last one is our Cybersecurity Research Center. So we are doing really powerful work, partnerships with the NSA as well as other national agencies and military forces to make sure that people are staying healthy and safe in the cybersecurity realm. Next up is expect the unexpected. So oftentimes people know us for some reasons like SEC Sports or our engineering and business school, understandably so. But we've got some things that are exciting that may be slightly more unexpected. So for example, we have one of the best fashion merchandising programs in the country. We've got a culinary science program. We've got a performing arts center, really small classes. And then the biggest picture here is showing you a picture of our most recent graduating class of our Eagles program. So it's students with learning differences, but they're still able to get an Auburn degree, which is super exciting. And then the last thing, really quickly, we've got lots of rich traditions on campus. I'll highlight the big one on this slide, which is Aubie. He is our mascot, beloved mascot. He's won the national championship 9 times over. Those are real things. They happen at Disney World every year. I've been to one of them. But we've got lots of other traditions that I may hit on a little bit later, but really a thriving community that our students and larger Auburn family really love to be a part of. Now, when it comes to the admissions process, I will tell you that there's a lot of unknowns. It's really normal this time of year. And to be clear, I should know more. We as an Auburn admissions office should know more about what the fall 2022 application looks like in like June, I would say, so early summer. So just use this slide as a guide and not law, but it's essentially showing you the application process for these seniors this past year. So applications either on Common App or our institutional application will of course need a transcript. And this past year we're test flexible. Don't know if we will this upcoming year. And if we are, we'll have some probably combination of options for you. So I know it seems really unknown, as does the application process and dates and deadlines, but I promise I'm not going to leave you hanging high and dry. I should know more in the next couple of months, but I know the application will open in August and I'll have more information for you in June. So with that, I want to give you this slide if you want to take pictures of the QR codes, if you ever want to meet with me or just more information, or my email, that's there for you. So thanks so much, everybody, and I will hand it over to the next person.
Katie, thanks so much to you and Auburn University. That was an awesome presentation. Audience, don't forget, you can put those questions in the Q&A at any point. Next up, I have the privilege of introducing to you Mississippi College. Carrie, take it away whenever you're ready.
Hey y'all, my name is Carrie. I am the regional admissions counselor for Mississippi College, which means I live right here in the Memphis area, but I am the recruiter for the whole state of Tennessee. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in. So Mississippi College is a private Christian university that's located in Clinton, Mississippi, which is right outside the capital, Jackson, Mississippi. And we were founded in 1826, making us the oldest university in the state. And since 1826, MC has remained faithful and committed to our mission statement, which is below, and it's that Mississippi College seeks to be recognized as a university known for academic excellence and the commitment to the cause of Christ. MC has over 5,200 students and between 84 and 85 undergraduate programs, over 60 graduate programs, one of the only law schools in the state, and it established the first physician's assistant school in the state. As you can see here, this is the breakdown of our schools and the different concentrations and majors that you'd be able to participate in. We have a 16-to-1 student to professor ratio, which lends to really active involvement in the classroom and developing personal relationships with your professors. And our campus itself sits on 320 acres of gorgeous green space, and it's surrounded by a bunch of trees and brick buildings. And so it's really beautiful. And our campus is home to over 80 now campus organizations, 18 NCAA Division II sports, and a ton of campus ministries. As you can see here, this is a little bit of the breakdown of the ways you can get involved or be a part of a club on campus. Moving on to a few of the more technical sides of things, although we're a private Christian university, and that sometimes can come with a higher cost. On average, we are $15,000 less than another private university in the state, which means it's extremely affordable, but also with the benefit of having that higher priority on Christian private education. At MC, we offer two big scholarship competitions, one being competing to be a part of our honors college and one being a part of our select scholars programs. Those range in tacking on additional scholarship money to full rides to our school. And those are based off of merit, ACT, SAT, GPA, but we also do start scholarshiping at an ACT of 18. And in addition to that, we have scholarships such as need-based scholarships, stackable scholarship, and grants. With all of that scholarship information being said, this is a little bit more about our application process. It's super easy. It's on our website, which I'll show you here in a minute, but it'll open this summer and it's free to juniors. And it'll open around June, July. All you have to do is apply. And then once we get your transcript, your test scores, and your FAFSA in, then we have a better picture of being able to offer you a scholarship package. As you can see here, all the things you need on our website are / what you're looking for. So MC/apply is where the application process will be, and MC/visit will be where you can get a visit on campus. One of my best pieces of advice is that you go ahead, you visit campus. We're only about 3 hours away from Memphis. Getting to step on campus is really getting to experience what it'd be like to be a student, get an idea for our culture and what it feels like to be a Choctaw. But I know I've thrown a ton of information at your way, but what I want to leave you with is that at MC, we believe, and as a recent graduate, I believe that our students should receive a quality education while deepening their faith and fostering a lasting community and building a foundation for a bright future. With all that being said, I live here in the Memphis area and I would love to meet up with you, answer any of your questions. I'll drop my information in the chat below, but just let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Thank you.
Carrie, thanks so much to you and Mississippi College. Next up, I have the pleasure to introduce to you Jacksonville State University. Brett, take it away whenever you're ready.
Hello, thank you so much for the introduction, Courtney, and thank you all for being with us today. My name is Brett Underwood, and I'm the coordinator of out-of-state recruitment at Jacksonville State. So I work with all of you in Tennessee. The reason I say coordinator of out-of-state recruitment is that we are located in Jacksonville, Alabama. And so Jacksonville, Alabama, just for some perspective on where we're located, we're in the northeast corner of Alabama, a little under 2 hours away from Chattanooga and a little under 3.5 from Nashville. The numbers you see on the screen, and you probably already or will see a lot of random numbers about different colleges. And so just to kind of clarify what these numbers mean, essentially we're a mid-sized university. And so what that means for your student experience, I guess the best way I've heard it explained is in an analogy or kind of a visual metaphor is that if you walk into the cafeteria, you're always going to see one group of people that you know and that you're friends with, and you're always going to see somebody else that you don't know. And so it kind of provides that balance of always feeling like you have a place to belong and to go with people who know you, and always feel like you can branch out and try something new. So being a mid-sized institution, one of our goals is to be a place with a lot of opportunities for you to get involved, get connected, get to experience a lot of different things, and then also have really easy opportunities to connect with other people on campus. And so that just kind of describes what those numbers mean. Some popular spots, you can see those there, and I'm glad to talk individually more about what those mean. The one I want to highlight is Longleaf Studios because it connects to the academic side. One of our hopes academically as a whole is that you're going to get really good experience doing the skills that you're learning in a classroom setting. The way this connects to Longleaf Studios is it's actually a professional film studio. It's still functioning as that. Just as of last year, a film was released that was shot largely there with Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland. I think it was called The Devil All the Time, a horror movie. And so it's still functioning as that. Our film students have classes there, that they work there and get to be a part of that experience. And that's kind of what we hope expands to every major on campus, is that you get those same kind of experiences. As far as Jacksonville, the community, it really is centered around JSU and everything happening there. If there is an event happening on campus, then the community comes and they're a part of it. They're very supportive in that way. If they're putting on an event in the community, it's often done with students of JSU in mind. And there are a lot of opportunities for you to get connected in the community and connect with the people around, either for just enjoying your time while you're in college, or if you love the community and want to stay, then creating connections that make that a possibility after you graduate. One thing I do want to make sure I always mention when I'm talking to students is that you are more than just a student. You're a full person, and we want to make sure that we have resources to take care of you in that way also. And so you can see some different support systems that we try to offer, and we want these to be one preventative, and so that you're not waiting until you're struggling with something before you go and seek help. We have free counseling that you can go and be talking to somebody consistently just about what's going on in your life. We, from the academic side, we have an academic center for excellence where you can go and be working with people with tutors before you need the help. So you don't wait until you get a failing grade before you come in and seek that. With the alumni network, I actually work with alums and connect them with freshmen, incoming freshmen, to try to make sure that you're building relationships immediately that will continue throughout your time and then hopefully carry on after you leave as well, for relationship purposes, but also for job opportunities and internship opportunities and things of that sort. Our nickname is the friendliest game in the South. I'll be honest, I kind of rolled my eyes the first time I saw that. That is not an actual ranking. Like, nobody went around and graded schools on who's the friendliest. It's more of a motto or something we try to live by. And I think that, and I hope that if you were to visit campus, you would feel the same, that you would feel like that's the motto and that people are striving to be that. With that, we do have a really wide variety of types of students. You can see we're bringing in people from all over the world, trying to bring different types of people together to share in their stories, to celebrate different cultures, to be a part of something that teaches you about those around you in a way that you respect it and you learn about it. So when you go out into the real world and you're connecting with all these people from different backgrounds, you've done that before and you're comfortable with that. I do want to point out, so one thing I noticed in a really impressive way, and I've worked at several institutions, and one thing that stood out about JSU for me is how much of a voice students have. Some of the things that are listed there under the student concerns, we were not planning to change some of those things until students voiced, this isn't really working for us. We think this could be better. And immediately we started having conversations, either in our office or leadership up to the president at JSU, to see how we could adapt and be better. And so students really do have a voice, and I think that's great. Like my friend from Auburn said, we are also test optional currently, and do not have answers on what that will look like for the fall just yet. And summertime should bring about more of those answers. Our application is fully online, so you can fill it out there and just for now send us your transcripts. If you have a test score, for sure send that as well. With that, I want to jump quickly into the cost side of things. Biggest thing I want you to know is that if you feel like JSU is the right fit for you, then we do not want cost to be a barrier to you attending. And so the cost that I have there is tuition, is the in-state tuition. If you get a scholarship of any kind, then you automatically qualify for in-state tuition. There's a lot of different ways to get scholarships, and I'm glad to talk more about those with you on an individual basis. Lastly, please reach out to me. I'll echo what Mississippi College said, that visiting campuses is a great route to get to know it, and I would encourage everybody to do so. But I thank you for your time today, and I look forward to talking to you more soon.
Brett, thank you so much to you and Jacksonville State University. Next up, I have the opportunity to introduce you to the University of Mississippi. Take it away, Carmen, whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Carmen Morris. I am the admissions counselor for the University of Mississippi, and I also have my colleague, Milane Chambly. She's based in Memphis, Tennessee, while I'm based in Nashville, Tennessee. So please feel free if y'all have any questions, let us know in the chat box, and we will be happy to answer them during or after our session. But just getting into it, again, I'm based in Nashville, Tennessee, and I serve as the admissions counselor for the University of Mississippi. We affectionately call the University of Mississippi Ole Miss, which you all may know. But starting out, I just wanted to say that we are the flagship institution. We're the first and oldest institution in the state of Mississippi. We have about 22,000 students. With that, we have about 17,000 undergraduate students on our main campus. And with that, we represent over not only 50 states, but all 94 countries. So I like to say that we're moving towards diversifying our campus. One thing about our campus, my favorite thing to talk about is actually where we are located. And we are actually located in the state in the city of Oxford, Mississippi. So with that, as you all can see, we're in northern part of Mississippi. And with that, we're about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half southeast of Memphis, Tennessee. So it's not a far drive at all. We're about 4 hours from Nashville. And with that, we have so many great things when it comes to experiences in the city of Oxford. We have about 24,000 residents. So it's a small town, but it's actually one of the best small college towns that you'll visit in your life. I highly recommend that you all take a step to the city. It's beautiful. Some of the best cuisine and finest cuisine that you'll ever get a taste of. My favorite is actually Ajax because I love some good country eating. With that, we actually have in the corner one of our small but independent owned Square Books. If you're eclectic, you have to come visit Square Books. But with that, we have so many great things to do in the city of Oxford. So you definitely have to get a chance if you do come visit Oxford, Mississippi and Ole Miss. With being said, I really want to get into talking about our student life and what our students are doing. We represent over 300 student organizations. So our students are actually getting involved not only academically, but socially and even within the community of Oxford. So they're doing a lot of great things. With that, you can definitely cheer our Ole Miss Rebels, the football team in athletics and softball, baseball, whatever you're into. There's a lot of great things that you have to come on campus to experience the student life. And within our student life, one thing that I love, not only that we're in the SEC, but we're actually the smallest, we're the second smallest SEC school. So with that, I love to say that not only you get that small private school feel, but you get the resources and amenities of a large institution. With that, our class size is about 34 and our student to faculty ratio is 17:1. So yes, you are definitely getting the experiences of that private school feel. You don't feel like another number, and that's what I do love. With that, I'm actually gonna go into our programs and studies. So I'm not gonna go all the way into everything because this is a lot, but we do have over 100 majors as well as over 120 programs of study. So if you're interested, a cool fun fact is that our College of Liberal Arts actually hosts about 80% of our majors. So you might actually be in the College of Liberal Arts. We have so many different rankings from our School of Pharmacy, our business school, our business and actually our engineering program. So there's a lot of different rankings, business, our pharmacy. And so one thing I wanted to say also is our School of Education, really great rankings. With that, we actually are the oldest engineering school in the state of Mississippi. So we have our special programs that I say that whatever you do, if you do put in an application, if you're a senior, the application process actually has passed by, but with that, we do have special programs. We represent our Sally McDonald Barksdale Honors College, pharmacy for early entry programs, so many different programs amongst that you have to just search and we could talk more about it after this session. Going into it, if you're interested, if you're currently a senior, we're still taking applications. You could go to olemiss.edu/apply, and you can actually put in through our institutional app or our common app. We're a rolling base, our admissions is rolling basis. So feel free to still reach out to us. If you're a junior, that application actually opens on July 1st. So I highly recommend go ahead and put in that. And with that, I also recommend to put in a special programs and scholarship application. That's our competitive scholarships, and that opens as well when you put in your application. Feel free, this is just kind of showing a highlight of our cost of attendance. And with that, I wanted to go into our scholarships. We do offer academic merit scholarships. So if you have a 25 on an ACT and a 3.0 GPA, going back into that ACT score, we do super score. So if it's a 25 super score and a 3.0 GPA, we do award $3,000. And so with that, $3,500. And so with that, with the $3,500, the higher your ACT and your GPA, the more money we will award. This amount is yearly. So you would receive this as long as you maintain your GPA. Lastly, if I don't say anything, please, hopefully you visit Ole Miss, Oxford, Mississippi. We currently have 3 visits a day, and just visit us at olemiss.edu/visit. And my contact information is right here. Thank you.
And thanks so much to you and Old Miss. Next up, I have the opportunity to introduce to you the University of South Alabama. Caitlin, whenever you're ready.
Hi, everybody. Gonna go ahead and share my screen. All right, so my name is Katie Spillman. I am an admissions officer here at the University of South Alabama. So a little bit about South. We are located in Mobile, Alabama, which is right down by the Gulf Coast of Alabama. We are about 45 minutes from the closest beach, so a lot of our students do really enjoy that. We have a 1,200-acre campus with 15,000 students. We have students from all 50 states and over 70 countries. We do have a very diverse campus. We are very well known for our health sciences. We do have 2 hospitals and a cancer research institute. We do have one of the only med schools in Alabama, and we also offer other graduate programs within several different health sciences. And our student to faculty ratio is 18:1. Our average class size is around 30 students or so. So our academic colleges are listed here. We have our PAC-CAPS Covey College of Allied Health, our College of Arts and Sciences, College of Education and Professional Studies, College of Engineering, College of Nursing, College of Medicine, our Mitchell College of Business, School of Computing, and our Honors College. And within all of these academic colleges, we have over 100 different programs to choose from. These include bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Little bit about student life on campus. So we do have over 200 different clubs and organizations on campus. These range from Greek life to student government, political-based clubs, faith-based clubs, intramural. So we really have something for everybody. I always encourage students to find, one club or one activity to get involved in while they are a student, whether it's at South or any university. Definitely find a club or an organization that you enjoy. One of my favorite traditions on campus is ooze ball. You can see a picture of it right here at the top. So this is when our students sign up in teams and they play volleyball in 18 inches of mud. So it's really gross, but it is a lot of fun and our students do really enjoy it. Athletics, we do have 17 different Division I teams here at South. We do participate in the Sun Belt Conference. Our men's teams include football, baseball, basketball, cross country, track and field, golf and tennis. And then our women's teams, we have soccer, softball, basketball, cross country, track and field, golf, tennis, and volleyball. Football, tailgating, and all of that fun stuff is really popular here in the fall. And then basketball games are very popular with our students in the spring. Our residence life, we do have free and limited laundry and a campus mailbox for all of our residents. Whenever I first started working at South, I thought the laundry was a really cool thing because you don't see that at a lot of other universities. So you don't have to worry about lugging around a bag of quarters just to do your laundry in the residence halls. You do get Wi-Fi and cable when you live on campus, and we do have 3 levels of security in all of our residence halls, so it is very safe. You never have to worry about anything happening, but we do have our housing and maintenance staff available 24/7, as well as our police department, which is on campus if you were to ever need them. For our application process, so for seniors, you can apply now, and for our juniors or our upcoming seniors, your application will open up on August 1st of this year. So in just a couple months, you'll be able to apply. You will need to go online to complete an online application at southalabama.edu/apply and pay the $35 application fee. We will need your high school transcript or your college transcript if you are planning to transfer. And if you are dual enrolled, we do ask that you send us your college transcript as well, just so we can eventually give you credit for those courses. But we don't need your college transcript for admission purposes. And we do need your ACT or SAT score. We are test optional this year for our seniors, and we do plan on doing some type of test optional for juniors and upcoming seniors. So just keep an eye out for that. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet, but we are going to have a test optional option. And we do accept ACT super scores. So if you want to super score your ACT, just send us all of your ACT test reports and we will super score it for you. Generally, we do require a 19 ACT. that is kind of flexible. We accept 18 ACTs and 17s occasionally, so we really just encourage anybody who's interested in South to apply. 2.5 GPA is the good standard for us, but like I said, let's say you have an 18 ACT but a 3.0 GPA, you're definitely still considered admissible to us. For our transfer students, we do require a 2.0 GPA, cumulative on all of your previous college work. These are our admission scholarships. They do start at a 21 ACT and a 3.0 GPA, and they just increase based on your scores. So for example, let's say you have a 24 on the ACT and a 3.8 GPA. You would automatically be awarded $3,500 per year as long as you apply before December 1st of your senior year. So just keep that in mind. And this chart is also listed on our website if you do want to take a closer look. We are offering campus visits right now, so if you're interested in coming to get an in-person look at campus, we absolutely would love to have you. You can sign up for campus tours on our website. I am doing one-on-one Zoom meetings with students who are interested, so if you would like to set up one of those, please feel free to contact me. My contact information is on our website, and you can actually schedule a meeting with me through our website as well. And that is all I have. Once again, my name is Katie Spellin. I will put my email in the chat. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Katie, thanks so much to you and the University of South Alabama. Our final presentation tonight will be from Mississippi State University. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Hey everybody, my name is Amelia Ramsey and I am one of the recruiters for Mississippi State University. So we'll get started just talking a little bit about where we came from. So we were founded, there we go, in 1878. We were originally founded as Mississippi A&M, Mississippi Agriculture and Mechanical College. And so we are very well known for our agricultural roots, as well as our engineering and our technical programs. But we were renamed to Mississippi State in 1932, and we currently offer over 80 different, as well as tons of concentrations within the programs. And so we've diversified our offerings a lot more than just the ag and the mechanical side. We currently have just over 22,000 students on our campus. And so we are one of the smallest in the Southeastern Conference in terms of our student enrollment, and our faculty to student ratio is about 20 to 1. And so we do try to prioritize the classroom environment and keep it a bit smaller for our students, as we know that their professors better. And then our average entering ACT is about a 26, but we were test optional this past fall, and we will stay test optional for the upcoming fall. So you just need to submit test scores for scholarship consideration. Talking a little bit more about our academic programs, we have 8 academic colleges. Like I mentioned, over 80 different majors within these academic colleges. But in the bottom right corner there is also our Shackles Honors College. This is not limited to students in a specific major, but it is a way for any student to extend their learning opportunities outside of just the general classroom. I won't go into too much detail about all of our programs simply because we don't have enough time. But as I mentioned before, we're very well known for our agriculture and our engineering programs. We also have a phenomenal architecture and interior design program. Our largest major on campus currently is kinesiology or exercise science. And then we have a full vet school on our main campus, as well as tons of animal science-based programs and all of the major pre-health concentrations for routes to health professional programs. Talking about student life just a little bit, because we do want our students to be involved in college experience, not just in the classroom, but in other ways as well. We have over 200 student clubs and organizations that you guys can be involved with. Any kind of interest that you have or anything you're involved with currently in high school, we will have something that will fit those interests in college. We have everything from Greek life to student government. We have student interest groups like our Disney watching club, where they just watch Disney movies every week. And then we also have things like intramural sports and just a lot of great ways that you can find activities on campus and really build a sense of community on our campus. Talking a little about Starkville, Mississippi, that is where we are located. As you can see by the is in the north central part of Mississippi. And the town of Starkville is by definition a college town. There's about 25,000 residents in the town. And again, we have 22,000 students on our campus. So you really get that small town college feel. It's very local. And so as you're going to Mississippi State, you're going to be navigating a larger university, but you're system that will take you all over the town if you're not planning to bring a car. There's lots of local events like outdoor concerts, art festivals, really great local foods and shops that are owned by MSU alumni. So it's just a great experience and a great place to be. And all of the people in Starkville are so supportive of our students. Now talking a little about the application process, our general application opens every year on August 1st at midnight. So senior, you can still apply. And if you are a junior, then you'll be able to apply as early as August 1st of this upcoming fall. All that we need currently for the application process is just your 9th through 11th grade transcript, the online application, and a $40 application fee. As I mentioned, we are not requiring test scores this year or for next year, so you will not need that for admission purposes. You'll just want that for scholarships. We are also a part of the Common Application and the Coalition for College application as well. And so if you want to apply in that way, then you're more than welcome to do that. I don't have too much information tonight on scholarships just because that would take too long, but I do invite you to visit our scholarships website to see what automatic merit-based awards you may qualify for. That website is just scholarships.msstate.edu. So you can see here, this is just our overall tuition and fees. We do consider Tennessee residents to be non-resident students unless you are the dependent of a military veteran. And in that case, we do have an out-of-state waiver. But y'all can see the fees there. The room and board is an estimated cost. We do require freshmen to live on campus, but we have 17 different residence halls to choose from. Now, just talking about visiting campus very briefly, we do campus visits Monday through Friday of every week. You can register for those at the website there, campusvisit.msstate.edu. If you can't travel to campus, we also do virtual tours about twice a week on our website. It'll be the same information session, just minus the in-person tour. And we'll continue to do those campus visits throughout the summer as well. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can reach out by email or the phone number you can call or text at any time. Again, I serve students in West Tennessee, but I'm happy to talk to you if you have any further questions. Thanks.
Amelia, thanks so much to you and Mississippi State University. Now I'd like to invite all of my presenters to turn back on their cameras and get to share a little bit more about your institution. So in the same order that you presented, we'll go one by one. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And so Auburn is up first.
Sure. So I hope that you can hear me. It looks like it's working. I just switched my microphone after the presentation. Perfect. Okay. So my other facilitators have already heard this. There's lots of exciting things going on campus, but I'm sticking with my favorite tradition, which is football related, but marching band. And that's really because I was also in the marching band in high school and college at Auburn. And it was just probably the best 4 years of my life. Not to say that life isn't great now, but there's nothing like being able to run out of the tunnel at pregame in front of 90,000 people and deal with the anxiety that comes with that, but the excitement too, and just the community that's built into it, as well as the Auburn family. So it's definitely broad, but a special thing that I really love.
Carrie, I think you're up next.
Okay, good. I was just checking. I would say my favorite tradition that we have on campus is in the spring, there's a big competition that we have out on the East Campus green where all the students come out and they compete in a competition. And then we end the day by having a crawfish boil on the quad. It's a really fun way to kick off spring and lots of the students enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. So
my favorite tradition or campus event at JSU is, so our mascot is the Gamecocks, and we have an event called Cocky Stock, which is modeled similar to Woodstock in that it's a huge music festival. So live bands, food, things happening on campus. So that's probably the most exciting time of year for me.
So I'm actually kind of going to go with Brett and not be an atypical person, talk about our tailgates. But my favorite event and tradition that we typically have each year, we didn't have it this year, but it's our double-decker art festival. So if you like live music, you like art, and you love double-decker buses from London, you definitely have to be out on the square. It's great, like really just great company. Our residents, our students, all just having a great time browsing through the fairs. It's a really great time and great food.
One of my favorite things about South is that Mobile is actually the home to Mardi Gras. So every year around February and March, there's big Mardi Gras celebration on campus and just in the community as well. I feel like there are parades every single weekend around that time. So it's really exciting time to not only live in Mobile, but also be a student at South. So we love to celebrate Mardi Gras down here.
So the tradition that we're most known for is the cowbell. And so in typical fashion of our agricultural roots, basically our students way back in the day took the bell off of a cow's neck, and they took a bicycle handle and welded those together so that we can ring those at our football games and all of our sporting events. And we believe that it brings us good luck. So most of the visiting teams hate it, obviously, but we love it, and it helps us, have a louder stadium. So that's always fun.
I always love hearing all these awesome events and traditions across campuses. Those are really neat. Audience, I hope that you'll take a great look at all these professionals on your screen and know that they are absolutely here to help you through whatever types of questions that you might have throughout the college search process. Never hesitate to reach out to them. There is someone like them at all the colleges and institutions that you're seriously considering. And so you would be silly not to use them as you go through this process. I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. As you close out, you'll have a quick 4-question survey. So provide us some feedback. The recording of this session and all the sessions that happen tonight will be available within 1 week at strivescan.com/Tennessee. And with that, I'd like to say good luck with your college search and have so much fun, everyone. Bye-bye.